Victoria Day, the 1st of July, commemorates the independence of Victoria, its separation from New South Wales on the 1st of July 1851. That's 169 years ago today. It's an opportunity to recognise the achievements of Victoria and Victorians in that time, in the years since European settlement of our state in 1835. We have a lot to be proud of. A successful settler community, a successful settler state. This should not cause us to dismiss issues with settlement, including the treatment of our Indigenous people during the settlement process. But I want today to focus on some key dates in our history. One important date that has not had the focus that it deserves is the recognition of Captain Cook's discovery of the eastern coast of Australia as the first European to sight the coast. It hasn't had the focus because of the COVID-19 crisis, and we all understand that. But this date, the 19th of April 1770, was the date when Captain Cook, the great explorer, Captain James Cook, first sighted the eastern coast of Australia. And he sighted the Point Hicks spot on the eastern coast of Victoria. And I note that it was a Victorian sighting, what is now part of the state of Victoria. The key thing here, I think, is Victoria has been successful since that point. And I want to say a number of things about our state on this Victoria Day. The first is I'm deeply opposed to renaming the state. Those who've said Victoria because of its colonial linkages, and obviously the state was named after the great Queen Victoria, of the belief that that in some way invalidates our name for the state, I think have missed such an important understanding of our history. This is integral to our history, and I should put on record my absolute opposition to changing that name. And this is part of a wider movement that fails to recognise our important history. And, you know, the truth is Victoria's history is a colonial history. It's a settler history. And in no way diminishes the contribution of our Indigenous community before that time and since. But the idea that we could renounce our history, the idea that we could tear down statues, and we've seen the destruction and desecration of statues occur in a lawless way in this recent period. And I want to say that I again am opposed to that. I think this is outrageous that our history should be impacted in that way, particularly when there are options for people to register legitimate and peaceful protest about these matters. They could put plaques near them, they could put things online. There are many ways that people can protest without destroying our history. We should be proud of our heritage, proud of recognising the many achievements of our state. 1851, we got separation from New South Wales, an independent colony till 1901, when we federated with the other states to form Australia. And the achievements through 2 world wars, and the depression, and the challenges today of COVID-19. We should be proud of our history. We should not step back from it. We should recognise, of course, that there are human aspects to our history, and there are aspects that do bear examination and do bear criticism. But that should not see us renounce the strengths and the importance of our history. I want to say Happy Victoria Day. The 1st of July is a day we should celebrate.